Welcome to But Still She Thrives. This is your host, Christy Jade. Today we're going to talk about the hot topic of the week, the Super Bowl. Um, Obviously, you guys know I probably have an opinion about this. I'm going to talk about my opinion. It is my opinion. This is not fact or the truth or the one answer. But I have some opinions to share about the whole situation with Travis and Coach. So stay tuned. Hey Queens, welcome to But Still She Thrives. Do you want to stop getting caught up in that wicked web of a creepy, crawling narcissist? Do you find yourself up late at night replaying the abuse you put up with and wondering how you can heal now? Do you wake up hoping for healthy relationships and peace only to feel totally exhausted and mind-effed? Girl, I see you! I'm Christy. I too had to disconnect from toxic people in my life, and I wished I could undo the damage. I felt ashamed, lonely, and kind of lost. But I'm a stubborn Italian, and I refuse to give up. I found ways to recalibrate my mind and body more quickly than I thought, and can now share them with you. In this podcast, you will find coping tools, healing methods, and confidence boosters so you can trust yourself and find peace and freedom. So shields up, ladies. Let's go protect our peace. Okay. So, if you didn't watch the Super Bowl, at one point, Travis Kelce was up in the coach's face. He kind of chest bumped him and looked very angry. You couldn't hear what he was saying. Lip readers did say there was a couple different lip readers. I guess they're professional lip readers. That said similar things, that he said F-bomb and was, yelling at coach, to put him in. And it was disturbing. It was disturbing enough that a bunch of people were talking about it today. Then we have the other people who are saying, like, give the guy a break, he's in the spotlight, this and that. So there's a lot of opinions about it on both sides. There's people saying, oh, you can't, this cancel culture, you can't cancel everybody. So here's my opinion on it. And I talk about this obviously in relation to, I obviously have a lot of education in this field of abuse. Let me say, I'm not saying this is exactly abuse. I do look at this as kind of abusive behavior. Abuse to me is, cruel behavior, and that can be emotional, physical, whatever, right? I'm not saying ongoing abuse. I don't know their relationship. Do I know the coach has said he had a really bad temper and they've worked on it? Yes. So it's not like out of blue, he's never had a temper before. Some people dismiss that. So here's another part of it, right? We all grow up in different families, different cultures, and tolerate different things. If you follow me, you know I don't tolerate any form of abuse, any form of cruel treatment. Do people have moments? Yes, but there's a level to me. If you want to call it a body check, I don't know the definition of body check, but whatever. He kind of chest bumped him, got in his physical space, and was yelling. That to me, I would not tolerate from another human, right? And this is his boss. It's somewhat of an elderly man that he should be respecting. But I don't think you should do it to anyone. Does it add a layer of like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, I mean, if I did that, here's the thing, right? If I did that when I was working in the corporate world, obviously I would get my ass fired, right? And you could say, oh, well, it's football, it's different to an extent. Obviously, yes, on the field, there's a lot of testosterone, and I don't like to excuse testosterone. And that we may have differences there, right? People on steroids and this and that. Okay. Everyone needs to be accountable for their behavior. So that's where my point comes in of, am I even saying he necessarily should be totally canceled? I don't know. Here's my thing. Number one, there should be consequences to actions. Let's say it was a mistake and he's such a great guy, and we'll get to that too, right? Oh, he made a mistake or whatever. But he's thrown helmets before. He's had tantrums. This, obviously got more attention because of, It was with the coach up in his face, the physical part of it. So him doing that, A, there was no consequence. I have a problem with that. That literally, I think it was kind of tried to be like shoved under the rug, but then obviously today people are speaking out about it, right? But there doesn't seem to be any consequence yet. I do hope there is something, right? I don't know what exactly that looks like. And I know people love money and people love, good football players, right? But that's that privilege. That's a whole other topic. I mean, it's within this topic, but I'm not going to go deeply into this stuff. I'm just giving my opinion. So I was upset with that. And I was also upset that there was no apology. Someone did tell me today that on not live TV that he went over and hugged coach and apologized, right? First of all, we didn't see that. Second of all, there are a lot of children, boys and girls, watching these football players and looking to them as role models, right? He's been in the limelight a lot, and there are a lot of younger boys and girls looking up to him. You could say, well, it's not his job, XYZ. You could say that, but this is my opinion. And I think if you are in the limelight and you know that children are watching, and I mean, even just other, peers watching, looking to you as a role model, that you should be on your best behavior, right? And someone else said that, well, we all I don't remember their exact phrasing, but because I posted about this on my personal Facebook, and I knew I'd get shit for it, but me, I don't really care. And I got supportive comments and I got comments that disagreed. But I like to have these conversations and see where people's minds are at. And I'm asking you guys, feel free to comment in my Podbean or to email me, Fierce Mama C. I'll put in the show notes, or on my YouTube. If you're on my YouTube, you can comment right there, your opinion of it. And if you know me, I do listen. I listen to things. I have my own opinions. We might go back and forth. And I like to be respectful when we have these conversations. And now I lost my train of thought. Squirrel. But to me, the fact, yes, there may have been an apology. We didn't hear it. He has these people looking up to him. I do think it was important if he thought it was a mistake, or maybe he didn't. Maybe he's dismissing it like these other people are. And you might be one of them. I don't know. Where it's like, oh, big deal. So what? That's where we're just not going to see eye to eye, obviously. And I'm a tough person. If you know the shit I've been through, I'm a tough bee, right? But you are in a professional setting, whether it's football or not. And we could go to the point too that the coach said, I'm trying to think of all the stuff people said back, that the coach said, like basically was defending him, right? Saying like, oh yeah, he's passionate and whatever. I will say this, and I'm not saying he is an ongoing abuser. I don't know his life, right? I can tell you my intuition or feelings about that if anyone wants to know. But coach defending him, we can compare it. It's very different. This is apples to oranges, but just trying to give you a picture of like someone has a lot of people are having this idea of like, oh, well, the coach said it was okay. He's fine. Okay. A little secret, like here in the like bigger abuse world, right? Where we're dealing with ongoing marital abuse, all of domestic violence. In that world, do you know how many people protect their abusers? It's natural. I mean, I did it myself. Literally helped patch up holes in the wall because you are under their power. Okay. So like, that's what I don't know if people get that. And I'm not saying, again, ongoing abuse. I'm just saying, even in that situation, the coaches, like, he may have felt like he can't go against this dude, right? In the middle of the Super Bowl, right? Like, what's he going to say? oh, he's a fucking asshole and he disrespected me. Like, there's many reasons that wouldn't fly, which again, I disagree with, but I do know our society. I know the NFL. I know teams are celebrating, right? This is a joyful moment. Nobody wants to be brought down by that. Um, but that being said, and again, it is kind of apples, oranges here, but it's showing you and reminding you that even if he said it's okay, it might not have been. I can't say that for sure. I don't know. He could have been like, yeah, whatever, right? But for the kids watching, the people watching in general, I think there should have been a consequence to show, even if it was a one-time thing and he never acted angry or whatever and just acted out of anger that night, there should be a consequence. That's my opinion. It's a lot of people's opinion right now. And number two, there should have been an apology. And maybe it's coming. I think it's a little late if it is not too late. I mean, but I also do wonder, certain things sometimes you have to run it through PR and it might take time. I would have thought it'd be out by tonight if he was going to apologize. He also might not think he did anything wrong, like I talked about, just like some of you may think, right? So those are my two things. Am I throwing, people are like, oh, you shouldn't cancel him. I'm like, I'm not necessarily saying canceling him. I'm just bringing awareness to this is how things go wrong when things aren't even acknowledged or said like, this isn't cool. So there's going to be a consequence, I'm not dictating what that consequence should be. I'm not saying it should be canceling him out forever and he's just dead to everybody. I'm not saying that. I'm saying there should be a consequence. Like there should be for anybody who acts like a fucking clown. And number two, again, reminder, sorry. I'm so, a sincere apology that I acted like that or coming forward and explaining, because we don't know, we didn't hear the exact words, right? Some acknowledgement. And from what it looked like, it did look like he was angry and he was physical. I don't know how you can spin that exactly to not that, but let's say he could explain or yeah, say, you know what, I got aggressive. It was heated and I'm sorry. That's what I think should have happened. That's my opinion. I would love to hear yours in the comments anywhere, in my email. And yes, I don't know. I just felt like tonight's little episode, I was talking about this throughout the day on my Facebook. So it's obviously something I was feeling because it is a bigger picture of like, come on, we're at a point here. Like, I'm not saying cancel culture is great at all. I'm saying there should be some consequence for actions that are not cool, for mistakes, for whatever it is. There should be consequences. And people should be able, as grown-ups, to say, you know what? Yeah, what I did, I shouldn't have done that. I would have done it differently if I did it again. Not an excuse, but I was riled up in the heat of the moment. It's a Super Bowl and this happened and whatever. But he said, from what I read, so I read different articles. From what I read, he said, I'm going to keep that. He said, you guys heard that? I'm going to keep that. And that was on the TV too. But I'm going to keep that between me and him unless his mic'd up shared it with the world, right? Or a lip reader came along. But so, I mean, that shows it probably wasn't very pretty, right? So why not just say, yeah, my bad. If he apologized to him, that's great. But yes, you are in the public. And some would say maybe, I've heard kind of like a tinge of, oh, he doesn't owe anybody anything just because he's a football player, right? Like, I guess not, but that would help a lot of people feel better about it. And there's a lot of, I mean, I don't watch football like obsessively, right? I used to watch it more when I was younger. But there's a lot of diehard fans that have come forward saying they are disgusted and embarrassed that this, it's not just like me, my type of audience. Like you're seeing diehard fans saying, I respected you so much. I've lost all respect for you, right? So I think for those fans, especially for the kids looking up to him, not to me, this suburban mom on a podcast, but for those people watching him, looking up to him, expecting to have like a great time watching the Super Bowl and then getting disappointed like that. Sure, it's life. We're human. Maybe it's just a mistake and his temper really has been better lately and he's turned a leaf. Great. Sometimes we fall back a little bit. That's okay. Say you're sorry and do better. Okay, that's all. Rant over. Love you guys. What do I have to tell? Speaking of suburban mom, I am now, this is like the weirdest podcast I've ever done. But I am selling Mary Kay. You guys know, if you follow me on YouTube, most of the people who will be excited about this are my YouTube people because we're like all makeup freaks and stuff. That's, if you don't know, I started, my YouTube channel was makeup tutorials, makeup. I used to be a makeup artist and that's how it started. And it developed into a lot more. But anyway, I am now selling Mary Kay again. I was selling it before, then I moved, I stopped selling it. And now I moved back to Maryland. I'm selling it again. Here's a little one if you're on the camera. Oh, there's some eyeshadow. I have so much makeup I have ordered. I have samples. We have a spring line coming up. And this can be for the people here. I'm like starting to blend this stuff together. Like sometimes I would keep this separate. I'm like, but this is like women who are trying to find confidence and their new identity and feeling good about yourselves. We like to do the skincare and not everyone needs to do makeup. Hey, I love makeup. I know a lot of my followers do. It helps us feel better. And just for me, I love actually doing it. It's like art to me sometimes when I go really crazy with the eyes. So I am going to be selling it. I'm not going to be mostly, I'm not going to be talking about Mary Kay every podcast or anything. But if there is like a promotion or something going on, or if you guys want to join, if you are interested in makeup and beauty, I'll be doing tips and stuff on videos in my Facebook group. It's like a Mary Kay specific group. I will put that link in my show notes so you can come follow me there and I'll be doing all the fun. Those are going to be really fun videos. I'm so excited to start doing like little short makeup tips, like spotlighting certain products that I love, and just having chats. We'll do live chats, stuff like that too. So if that sounds like something you're interested in because you want to feel like a damn queen because you are a queen, then sign up right there. Go to my little Facebook page. And if you're just here because I don't know, a keyword brought you to here, come follow me. Or don't. But it's fun. We have fun here. I guess that's it. I will, guys. I will speak to you tomorrow. I'm so tired, y'all. I've been getting crap sleep this week. So excuse me if my words aren't blending together as usual. Do they ever? No, my squirrel brain has me all over. All right. Love you guys. Put your deuces up, put your smooches up, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.